Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Enjoy the Goldilocks Productions presentation of the In the Psychic Flow Show with Carolan Carey.
In the Psychic Flow. I don't know what's going on. Hi, thank you for waiting for me. This is Carolan, and thank you for joining us in the Psychic Flow. We had a little technical glitch there, which I think was on my end. I apologize for that. We have the special guest tonight will be the psychic Joanne Leo, who is fabulous. People are already queuing up for her. I just have one announcement. And that is announcement. I want to tell you about a great event that we're having here in Sarasota. It is called the Psychic Social. It is the creme de la creme psychic practitioners of Sarasota, SRQ as we refer to it. We have some delightful people, master palmist. We have a psychic Joanne Leo with us, psychic numerology. We have the infamous Jimmy Mack healing. We have, let me see, who else do we have? We have Laura Romero, who is Angels in Healing. And we also have Michael Sue, who is a dynamite tarot reader. She's going to be with us. We have a couple of great vendors as well. We have beautiful scarves being sold by Anna. And we also have Swarovski crystals by Nicole. So we also have the fabulous Judith Blackhorn, who is an artist and also sells a line of Vita articles, pocketbooks, that kind of thing. So please come visit us. They are $10, 10-minute mini readings. It's a fabulous evening. Have a cocktail. Wait for your reservation with the psychic of your choice. Have an aperitif. Have an appetizer. Rub elbows with the fabulous psychic practitioners that we have. So we hope you'll join us May 3rd. That is at the Sarasota Event Center, 600 North Beneva Road in Sarasota. That is the Sahib, previously known as the Sahib. And we are there from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. So please join us. We're throwing a party. We want you to come. So now, without further delay, because I know people are waiting to hear from her, I have the fabulous psychic Joanne Leo. Joanne, you there?
Of course I am.
Oh, okay. You were there, and I don't know. My phone dropped. I don't know what happened. But anyway, we're back. I'm so glad you're okay. I wanted to bring up your website, Psychic Joanne Leo. Joanne is 2 N's and an E. Leo, like the lion, Leo.com. Her phone number to reach her is area code 727-743-3400. A session with Joanne is not only enlightening, it is like being struck by a bolt of lightning is what I would say. And you better put your seatbelts on and have your romantic partner's date of birth and their birth name. And so we would love you to give Joanne a call for a reading. You can call in tonight. And our number is 713-955-0594. Please remember to press 1 if you'd like to speak to Joanne. Otherwise, you're just in listen mode. We had a few people stuck there that I didn't remind them to push 1. We do have a caller. Joanne, what is the newest, what is the latest problem you've been dealing with people? Let me put it that way. What are people calling you for?
Well, a lot of people, of course, I read the soul, so A lot of them are doing some life coaching work, but of course it's about relationships or jobs, making a move. A lot about relationships, though. But I also like when we get into relationships, I also like to get them empowered because, it's either a great adventure or it's a tremendous lesson. And if we learn our lessons, then we make better adventures.
Excellent. I know a lot of people seek out your advice. I have too. It was really very eye-opening and remarkable to find out, like, your patterns and what you're doing. When you start a relationship with someone, what are you bringing in with you? What you have to decide is important, right?
Well, I think what's real important, a lot of times with relationship, if one is ended, it's very important that as you move forward that you're not bringing your boo-boos, or that you understand your boo-boos or what happened, so that you can get your power back. And that's where I really kind of really excel, because we all need to get back. I too, have low self-esteem after I went through a divorce many years ago, and finding your way to transform yourself, grow from it, and learn. I think that is very important, that you go into a relationship where you're more true to yourself. Does that make sense?
Yes. I don't think you really go in blindfolded if you don't acknowledge, now that I know, of course, how many marriages later, too. But we try to, those of us that have been married more than once, try to spare the rest of you the downfall, the pitfalls, and it's from experience. Now I know, if I had known now, then if I had known what I know now, it would have been different. But, when you're fumbling along, you really don't know. And it's great to have some life coaching, and you are definitely the gal to do it for us, no doubt in my mind. I have a couple of things that I want to talk about. Also, you will be on Kelly Jo Monahan's show next week, Monday?
Yes.
For Biscuits and Tea. Yes, you'll also be there on that.
Yes, I'm going to be on Kelly Jo's show. I'm looking forward to it.
And that's during the day.
I believe so. I got to double check with her the timing on that.
Okay, so look for that. Also, I wanted to give a shout out to Melissa Parks. Has a brand new show, which is called the Joyful Finding Show. She's on Wednesday at noon at the Goldilocks Productions website. You'll find that. Brand new show. She started last week. So a shout out to her. Also, you have a fabulous workshop coming up May 14th in Sarasota at the Sarasota Center of Light. That's 7 to 9 p.m. on the 14th, which is a Tuesday, which we are calling that the fairy godmother's not coming, discover your potential. Is that what we're calling that workshop?
That's what it is, because, we all have this conceived ideas or goals, or that fairy tale or the dream or how life should be, and then life happens and we get discombobbled. A lot of times, too, if we have rose-colored glasses on, a lot of times that's where we could get off track or make choices that are not for our highest and greatest good. What they're going to learn in the game of life and how to play it is how I got started spiritually, and also how I transformed myself from negative to positive. It's a great book, and I use it all the time in my life coaching, all the time.
And that is from Florence Shovel Shin, right?
Yeah, Florence Scovel Shin, The Game of Life and How to Play It. Mm-hmm.
Shovel, okay. I say shovel like in shoveling dirt, because that's how it's spelled, but shovel. Okay, that is great. So that's a heads up if you'd like to read that book. Joanne and Louise Hay are both students of Mrs. Shin, and learned quite a bit from her. So there you go. You have remarkable people have learned from this Game of Life. And what's the other book that Mrs. Shin is so known for?
Well, there's 4 of them, but there's The Power of the Spoken Word, The Secret Door to Success, Your Word is Your Wand, and the exciting news is about, I want to say maybe 2 years ago, there was a lost manuscript that was found. It's called The Magic Path of Intuition.
Wow.
And the lost manuscript, somebody got a hold of Louise Hay, because as you said, Louise Hay and I studied Shin at the same time. Louise Hay was a lot older than me and had gone through the ups, the downs, the ins and the outs, but she really took Shin's material and just blew it up. So she published it. She got the rights to publish this book. It's fabulous. So
wow.
I am a Shin baby. I promote Shin babies. I teach Shin babies because there would be no Louise Hay without Shin.
Right. And she was, Mrs. Shin, I'm going to refer to her as the metaphysical pioneer. This is before the law of attraction became well known, before The Secret, before all of this. She published this book in what, 1923?
1926. 1926. When The Secret came out in the Law of Attraction, well, one of the chapters in 1926 in The Game of Life was the Law of Attraction. Hello? Yeah. So,
wow.
The Secret is all about the formation of Shin and Shin material, really. They just fluffed it up and added some other stuff, but it's really the basics, and it really changed my whole life and how I succeeded in so many different areas, relationships, career, raising my children.
It's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. So that sounds like a great workshop. Sarasota Center of Light. If you are in Sarasota, May 14th, please join us 7 to 9 p.m. Absolutely fabulous. If you'd like to reserve a spot, you can give me a call at 941-779-3971. You don't have to reserve, but if you'd like to, please feel free to call me, and I can give you some insight on the workshop itself. And if you want to just drop in, that's okay too, but you never know. So if you'd like to call, you have questions, please feel free to call me. Our first caller, Joanne, you ready? We have a gentleman caller. Okay.
Oh, wow, I love it.
Yeah, his name is Bryn. He is from New York City, and his area code is 212. Bryn, are you there? Thanks for waiting.
Hi. Yes, hi.
Hey.
This is Bryn. How you doing, Joan? And
I'm good.
You.
How do you spell your name, hon?
It's Bryn. Bryn. Bryn.
I didn't want to make a mistake. And what's your birthday, Bryn?
July 3rd, 1956.
Okay. Well, you are a pretty powerful guy because you've got a fabulous master number for your destiny. You're also very articulate. Do you tend to be a little picky, though?
A little what?
A little picky.
Oh, I guess at times. Not all the time. Sometimes,
yeah. Well, it's right there in your birthday. But emotionally, you kind of hold things inside. You're very sensitive, too. Is that correct?
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know it's true, honey, because I'm reading your soul.
Yeah.
I think what's really important for you, because I like to look at what's going on in the universal year and your birthday. That's why I asked.
Sure.
And
sure.
so what we have here is really kind of you laying really kind of getting things in order, or laying a foundation, or setting some goals, or taking a different direction and planning it. Is that something that you've been thinking about doing? Are you moving?
I grew up in New York City here, but I kind of know that, in a way, my energy signature's changed over the years, so I don't feel it's the perfect place for me to live permanently, you know. So I'm thinking of moving
Go ahead. You're going to move when?
Move to maybe to a place like Pennsylvania. I'm thinking Pennsylvania area.
Right. I definitely feel that you're going to move, though. I feel like this is like a really kind of a good shot in the arm, so to speak, for you. Have you researched the particular areas of Pennsylvania that you like?
I've looked up some towns. I'm getting an intuitive sense of the southeastern area just outside of Philadelphia. I don't want to be in another city, so I want to be in a town that's not too far from the city, but it's but I get something about southeastern feeling about it.
I don't feel bad about that, so that feels good to me.
Yeah.
And you know about Pennsylvania, right?
Yes, and I was kind of laughing to myself because as Bryn was talking, I was getting "Go West, young man." So when he sees it from New York, west is Pennsylvania, and I lived in the Pocono Mountains. I lived Bushkill, which is northeast PA, right over the Jersey border. Where you're talking is more like, you're talking sort of like Doylestown outside of Philly. That's nice over there. I have a nephew who lives in Doylestown, PA. So it's rural, and you're not far from going into Philly to work or to do different things. So that's a nice area too. I think you'd find that very pleasant.
Yeah.
But this is a perfect year for you to do all your planning or to make a plan or to be strategic about it. Okay.
Right.
But I do feel I checked my my St. Michael pendulum here, so I do feel really good about that. Emotionally, though, I want you to start working on yourself. It'd be really good for you to start to do audio only with your numbers. I don't want you to buy a book because your inner critic is never going to let you get past chapter 2. Okay, so you have to do audio, and I want you to do chapter notes. Make a note of The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel-Shinn.
Okay.
I want you to start with the basics. It's got to be audio only. I want you to get a notebook, and I want chapter notes because there's a power from your hand to your brain so that you're getting the theory and not letting your critic take over. In other words, that voice in between your ears that keeps you stuck or that beats you up or that, constantly, the best day of my life was the day that the critic became silent, and it took me years to accomplish it.
Right. So it's the
there
game
is a
of
process.
life. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And how to play it. And How to Play It by Florence Scovel-Shinn. Shinn.
Scovel-Shinn.
Mm-hmm.
Scoville.
Okay.
Yeah, Scoville. It's Scovel. Shinn.
Like
I
shovel.
can look up the title and I'll get it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Good luck to you, Brandon. It was a pleasure speaking with you. Good luck.
Okay. Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thank you. Bye.
Good advice there. Good advice. I like that. Pennsylvania, that'll be nice for him, I think. I think he'll enjoy himself. Our next caller is from Georgia, area code 256, Kimberly.
Hi.
Hi, Kimberly.
Hi.
How you
Wonderful. Doing? What's your birthday, Kimberly?
It is November 5th, 1970.
Okay. Bear with me.
Okay.
As Carolyn knows, I have to compute. So.
Yep.
I want you to really kind of be, this is kind of like you're going through the caterpillar butterfly thing. Do you know what I'm talking about? Have you heard me talk about that before?
No.
Okay. Like a caterpillar, it shrinks down to about 1 inch, wraps up in the chrysalis, and God knows how long it's in there. It liquefies, and it comes out as a different insect, which is a butterfly. So you're going through this stage. It's been really basically started in August of last year. So you've got 18 months of this good for me, not good for me, healthy for me, not healthy for me. People, places, and things. So I'm not going to say it's your easiest rodeo, but it's definitely going through changes. And I really think that you need to learn to listen to that inner gut feeling of yours. Emotionally, you keep things inside, and it doesn't make things better. Am I correct?
Yes.
You really need to learn to talk in I statements, Kimberly, because really, sweetheart, when you say I, like, in other words, when that happened, I was embarrassed. When that was said, I was hurt. There's no fighting when you do the I. But if we're going to get into a discussion and I'm going you, well, we're going to have a tussle, okay? But I think what you really need to do, because in one of your previous lifetime, alcohol or drugs was a problem for you, so there'll be a test for you in this lifetime as well. Either if it's not you, it'll be the people surrounding you or your relationships. Does that ring true for you, dear?
No, I alcohol and drugs, no, because that's an aversion for me.
Okay, but
so she knows.
About the people? What about the people in your life, or the people that you've allowed in your life?
Well, I mean, my mother and my father were addicts.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why you have that karmic lesson in your chart, because when you were up in heaven, you checked the box for mothers and fathers. That's why I love doing soul readings, because your whole chart tells your whole story. You designed it. I'm just the interpreter. Okay? But so right now you're going to go through a lot of different emotional changes as well as maybe some physical changes with your relationships. Are you in a relationship right now?
No.
Okay. I would suggest that when you do, call me and we'll take a real good look at if it's a good fit for you.
Okay.
I think have you looked at really what you learned from your last relationship, so that you don't keep choosing the same person?
Yes.
With different hair color and different physique.
Yes, I was in a narcissistic relationship a year and a half ago, and I went through a catharsis and a realization that I wasn't loving myself, or I didn't love myself. So I'm in the process of understanding who I am and loving myself, so I can attract someone who understands love to me. So.
Well, you would do great with the game of life and how to play it. And also, Louise Hay took it a little step further with her book, How You Can Heal Your Life. I work on the soul, but it's all about how you perceive yourself and also getting the power back. And I think that when you've been in a narcissistic relationship, you've been stripped of your power, so you need to get your power back.
Oh, I have my power back. Trust me.
Very good. Very good.
Thanks for calling in, Kimberly. Good luck to you. I think you're going to do just fine. She's very astute and aware.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling in. We have another caller, which is area code 614. Hi, you there? Hi.
Yes. Hi. My birthday is May 12, 1994.
And what's your name?
Philson.
Pardon me?
Philson.
Spell it for me, please.
S as in Friday, I as in igloo, L as in Larry, S like Sunday, A like animal, N like Nancy.
Okay. All right. So we've got 17 weeks. Would you say that you've been going through some emotional up and down for January, February, and March?
Yes.
What did you learn from that experience? Because I feel like you're stuck.
January, I quit my job because it was a toxic environment, and I'm looking for another job now. I do have fear, like that it will be the same kind of situation that I just left at my old job.
Well, what you fear is what you get, because you're putting a lot of energy of what you don't want, and that's what fear does. It's the boomerang because you've got to say, I'm going to, your words have got to be different. Your thoughts have got to be different. And that's what I'm going to teach in my class on May 14th. But you have to go over your strengths. Are you in a particular industry that you're saying that this negativity, because what you think and what you say is what you get. So if you're already planning it's not going to be any different, guess what you're going to get.
Okay. Do you see anything, do you see anything coming up for me in career, or do you have anything else to tell me as far as career? Any recommendations?
Well, let me see here. Are you in the health? Have you done anything with healthcare or anything in the food industry?
I've worked at McDonald's before, but I haven't done anything in healthcare.
Okay. Have you thought about going to school or getting some training? Because I feel like that would be a segue for you to make a new beginning.
Mm-hmm.
In other words,
Okay.
like a technician or getting into what do they call them, X-ray technicians or people who get medical, assistant training, something different, because I think it would suit your name better because you've got that nurturing way about it. You got to give yourself credit. You get too sidetracked emotionally, and you're smart. So let's make some changes here.
Okay. Do you think education would be good, like child education?
Yeah, I just said that you need to take a course of some sort or get it definitely, most definitely, or you're going to be in the same rut.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for calling in. That's a tough call, but she's young enough that she can switch or find. I almost feel as if this young lady that called was kind of like had to do something job-wise, and she's, I'm glad that she's dissatisfied, because that means, I think that's what I'm trying to say, that it means that she'll go on and she'll find something better. She will educate herself and find something better. So that, when you're dissatisfied, do you agree, Joanne? That means that you're looking for something else. You want to improve your life.
Right. I just saw it in her personal year. And when I have her name, she's smart. She's got to give herself more credit. And secondly, taking a different direction. This is the perfect year for her to do that.
Mm-hmm. So when you're speaking are you talking about the year number? You're talking about not just her birth number, but what year numerically she's in, psychically.
Well,
is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Right, because all my information you can't find on a computer or in a book because mine's channeled, but it's the universal year, which 2019 is a 3-year. So,
I see.
In combination,
okay, so what 2019 means for her?
Right, exactly.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, I didn't quite understand that. So for everyone, it's a little different, or
it's
similar,
everybody's
but
different.
there's a different reason for 2019. That's what you're saying, for each person.
Right. Plus, that's why I also get their first name, because the influence of their energy of their name and the birth date and looking at the universal year is how I get my messages.
Mhm. Isn't that interesting? So very interesting.
Yeah.
And the advice that you give is so unique to that person. That's what I love about it, and I recommend you all the time, because especially for relationship things, because you can look at a guy psychically or a picture or whatever. When you're in love with someone, you're kind of blind, But if they ask me about them, okay. But if they ask you about them, they get a very astute reading based on his imprint, his birth record, his record in heaven, and everything is right there. So I've mentioned this before. You're better than the CIA. So I'm just putting that out there, ladies. I'm telling you.
I could really write some interesting stories, let me tell you.
Yes, I think you should do that. I think you really should do that because that would be quite interesting, an interesting read. We have Laura, Lora, in New Jersey at area code 856. Laura, you there?
Yes, I am. Hi.
Thanks for waiting.
Thanks for taking my call.
Mm-hmm.
What's your birth date, Laura?
October 1st, 63.
So have you been going through some decisions and making some significant changes? Because I feel like you got a lot of, I don't know what the word I want here. Coming and going, up and down, in and out.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at here. What would work really good, and I do this a lot with when I do the, spiritual coaching, life coaching, whatever we want to call it. You got to get a piece of paper out, honey, and you got to draw a line down the middle and do your pros and cons, because I just feel like it gets to be too much for you. You've got to get, you've got to kind of partition it off here. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
You're very smart and you're very strong, and you've got to really stand strong in your shoes, I would say, this year, and make the decisions, whether they're hard or not. Just make the decision and love yourself through it. Does that make sense?
Well, yeah, it does. I'm trying to decide what to do with the rest of my life. I feel like I'm at a crossroads.
No, I feel like you're in the middle of a hurricane. It's like I feel like you've got all this stuff going on around you, and it's real hard for you to decipher what way to get out of that or which way to go. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. I understand that. I'm looking right at your soul, honey, so you can't get away from me. And Carolan knows that. I mean, it's like when I'm there, I'm there. I really think that you're right now. The March, April, and April, May, June is all about finding your balance and also making some strong decisions here. I really feel that if you could get unstuck, and get out of your head that goes back and forth and get it on paper so that you can get out of your head of doing this ring around the rosy, that you're going to make some better choices by July, August, September, okay? You have to start thinking about, just like I told the other caller, good for me, not good for me, healthy for me, not healthy for me, and stand by and be true to yourself, period, end of story. Put yourself first, not somebody else.
Good job.
Yeah, thank you.
Good luck to you, Laura.
Thank
you for giving us a call tonight.
That's great, thanks.
It's not always what we want to hear, Joanne, but so necessary. And that's a hard, I just wanted to say to her, she's younger than I am, it's okay to start over, It's okay to say to yourself, do over. All right, this didn't work. I kind of have to reinvent myself. I have to be true to myself, It's sort of like selling your soul to the devil sometimes. You find yourself in a situation, it's like, I had never planned this. This is not what I want. So slowly but surely you start to make changes, and it's never too late, I think, is the message that I want to deliver to her. It's never too late to start over. I just started living my dream just now, and I'm 63.
Well, I think to thy own self be true is got to be something that's not taught in school, and think about when you're 2 years old. Don't look like that. Don't say that. Be nice. Share your toys. Don't do that. Okay, so we grow up and we kind of put ourselves in a questioning mode, or feeling sorry mode, or a rescuing mode, or let me overlook that. Let me be nice. Don't say that you're going to hurt somebody's feelings and you wind up the victim. To thy own self be true is what I teach, and you know that, Carolan. We've gone through that many times. You've heard me say to other people. It's the word selfish needs to be out of everybody's vocabulary. There's nothing selfish with loving yourself. They don't teach you that in school.
Right.
And so,
or in your family. Your family probably doesn't teach you that either.
Right, because that's selfish to love yourself or put yourself first. Are you kidding? So,
right.
Believe me, in my work, that's one of the biggest things that I have to address, that it's okay, and it has to start with loving yourself. Because when you love yourself or you're the best friend to somebody else, guess what? You give great advice, right? And you tell them to true to themselves, make a better decision, you deserve better. But when it comes to themselves, where is what they deserve, you know? So that's one of the tools in my toolbox that when I do coaching, is they have to provide the list to me. What do you deserve? I mean, they got to take the time to discover that, because you don't learn that in school.
Right. It's so true. And a lot of times people, one thing that maybe cannot be changed, it depends on how old or what the situation is, how old the client is, can't always change our career, but you might be able to change something in that career path to something in that career path that is more enjoyable for you. You know, these are the big decisions that we have to make. You understand what I'm saying? Could be nursing. Maybe you're a nurse. You don't want to do that anymore. It burns you out. Maybe you want to go into health administration. Maybe you want to go into a particular style of nursing instead of med-surg. Maybe you want to go into oncology. Maybe you're in oncology, you want to do something else. Maybe you want to go to pediatrics. It's not that big a jump, you know, and it's worth the time and the investment to change that if need be. And it's okay. It's okay to do that.
Well, you know, I love Zig Ziglar, and I saw him in person. And I think that, first of all, I don't believe in burnout, because I believe it's an attitude that's gone south. But he says when you have a problem, it's a checkup from the neck up. Stinking, thinking. Okay?
Right.
So if you're in an industry, there's many different segues to go. If you got stinking, thinking, then you stay stuck. Okay? It's between your ears. You know, the biggest problems that I deal with are between their ears, what they deserve, how they feel about themselves. I mean, usually people beat themselves up more than they could ever possibly endure. They constantly, you know, that inner critic will kill you.
That's very true. Very true, yes. I have to say that to myself sometimes, or Spirit says it to me, or my guide says it to me. You know, it's okay. It's okay you didn't do that today. It's okay to take, you know, I'm like, I need a day off. And I know it's been a busy season. Season picked up, so it's been busy for me, and I'm very grateful for that. But I'm like, God, I think I need a rest. I'm not used to working this hard since I retired. And it's like, it's okay to it's okay to rest. It's okay. It's okay to forgive yourself that you didn't get that done or you didn't do this, you know. And because I don't have the sense to tell myself that sometimes. I think everybody's kind of like that. I think we beat ourselves up because we didn't get 900 things done today, you know?
Well, it starts from when you're 2.
Yes.
Don't do that. Don't look that way. Don't say that. So then you have that inner voice in between your ears that constantly judges you, critiques you, keeps you stuck.
Yeah.
And we don't talk like that to other people most often. But the way, if we become aware, which I teach, is how are you talking to yourself? How are you processing to get unstuck? Because thoughts are things.
Right. Thank you for sharing that. That's fabulous. We have another caller, 916. Let's see who we have here. 916,
Hello.
You there? Hi.
Yes. Hello. How are you?
Hi.
Hi.
Good.
My name is Christy. And I'm from California. And my
Hi.
birth date is September 12th, 1977.
All right.
Okay. So what we have here is, 3-3. So are you got some family issues or a relationship issue going on?
Yes.
That's what I'm looking at here, because remember, I'm doing your little soul reading here. So I feel like it's almost confusion, or it's like 1 foot forward, 2 steps back. And I feel like you've got some decisions to make here. Is that about right, honey? Because I can only explain to you, I'm a sensor.
Yes.
So, some people see pictures and hear voices. I'm a sensor. And I'm feeling like I'm moving forward and then I'm moving backwards. And I'm just like, can't make up my mind here, and I'm kind of stuck. Is that about right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. I think what you need to do is, I don't know if you heard the show, but, you really need to start getting into the idea of good for me, not good for me, healthy for me, not healthy for me, because you have got to start making the list of the pros and the cons and stop beating yourself up. Are you in a breakup mode or a stuck mode?
We're in both, kind of. We are going to counseling right now, but I'm still, again, 1 foot forward, 2 steps back. So it's kind of like in between right now. But we're still together right now.
Mm-hmm. What's your partner's birthday?
12/24/74.
Well, I can see that both of you are really kind of sensitive, okay? And, you got to have 3 things, and this is going to help kind of sort things out here. You got to have trust, respect, which is a 2-way street. Can't lose self-respect and then respect the other person, and communication. Yeah. And those 3 things is what I teach on a daily basis. It really boils down to, yes, we can have chemistry, and we can have likes of different things or whatever. But if you don't have trust, respect, and communication, and I mean that so that you can agree to disagree, we don't always have to be on the same page, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
I can still respect you through it and say, I hear what you're saying, I'm just not on that page, right?
Mm-hmm.
But,
yes.
If you have crummy communication, I can promise you that if you've got somebody who's silent and lives in their head and you're the talker, or vice versa, it's like trying to fly a plane without radar. It isn't, that's pretty scary when you don't have the right communication. Do you understand?
No, I totally understand, and I agree.
So I feel like you're in a relationship with this assuming, or you got to figure it out, or I don't have radar because the other person's not spelling it out. So I really think that there has to be some strong communication here. And I do feel like this is going to be tough for you, but by year end, you're going to either walk away or you're going to rebuild, one of the two. But that choice is yours. The ball is in your court. But the 3 things, trust, respect, and communication, if you don't have those, it's very, very difficult. When respect is gone, it's kind of done. So,
okay, that makes sense. That's helpful.
Okay. Good.
Good luck to you, Christy. Thank you for giving us a call.
Thank you, and I thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry?
You're welcome.
I do a lot
of day.
Yeah. I think, Carolan, you know that I'm a straight shooter, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But I'm very loving and I'm very giving, and I want to help people with a leg up, and I do want them to get unstuck or to be enlightened or to kind of do a course correction for themselves with joy. Does that make sense?
Yes, and when this young lady was speaking, I was thinking of my second marriage. I don't know what I fell in love with, but it wasn't maybe because he was a little mysterious. That can come back to bite you because they're not sharing. Mystery can be attractive, but it's not easy to live with, I think is what I want to say. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If they're not showing their cards, you're really at a loss. You don't know why they're upset. You don't know what's wrong with them. You don't know what the triggers are. You don't know how they really feel. And so what do? Are you rescuing? Are you trying to fix? You know, when you fall in love with someone, I don't think that, and you get married, you have an obligation to each other. I think there should be a skill set taught with, instead of pre-Cana, you know, I think you need to be taught how to talk to each other. I think that would be helpful. I think that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I know what you're saying, because really, basically, is, you know, without communication. So you know, okay, let's talk about the mystery person, whether it's a man or a woman in a relationship. They got this whole dialogue going on in their head. You have absolutely not a flipping clue of what they like, what they don't like, what's up, what's down, what's in, what's out.
Right.
So my analogy that's in my book is like, you know, getting on a plane and you don't have a destination and you don't have radar. How is that going to work out for you?
Scary. It's like scary, right?
Exactly. And in a relationship that doesn't have, you know, you're there on the receiving end, and you know, you're thinking, well, what do they think? How do they feel? Well, what are they, you know, what are they like? What are the, you know, what's up, what's down, what's in, what's out? You don't know. And so therefore it has the big F failure on the future. It just, how long are you going to last with trying to be a Houdini to guess what's going on? You know,
so
you're
what
just
are
on
the things? Let's say, Joanne, that you're dating someone, you're attracted to someone, you're dating somebody, you like their personality, blah, blah, blah. Right then and there, if there are flags showing, what would they be? Is it like, is he forthcoming? Does he share? Is he generous? Does he talk about his life? What are the red flags going up if A, he doesn't talk about his family life, B, he doesn't talk about what he thinks about things, or he doesn't express how he feels about you? Those are red flags, right?
Absolutely. And plus, in a relationship, you know, if you know, and I've heard this from different women, they don't want to ask questions. Really, I don't know what the problem is here, because if you don't ask questions, you kind of stay stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a way to say open-ended questions really work wonderfully. I encourage that all the time. What's your thoughts on that? How do you feel about that? You know, what are your open-ended questions? You shut up and, you know, and they talk. But if they're not really communicating how they feel about their family, if, you know, I mean, the girl that you referred to me a while back, she had definite issues with addiction in her relationship that she wasn't addressing, so she's dancing around it. Well, guess what?
Right.
They're dealing with somebody who their emotions are in 80 proof. You know,
right.
So they're only talking either when they're drunk, or they're not talking, or you have to use radar to try to figure out what the heck they like or what direction they're going in. And they're, you know, are they really into you? You know, likes make it opposite. To me, opposites is opposition. Likes to me make it.
Ah, interesting. Good point. Thank you, Joanne, for that. Thank you. We have area code 415 next, who's been waiting patiently. 415, you there?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
This is Anne from California.
Hi, Anne.
Welcome to In the Psychic Flow. You are speaking with Joanne Leo. Do you have a question for her?
Yeah. Are you doing mediumship readings?
Joanne is doing psychic numerology, but I can do a mediumship reading quick for you.
Sure.
What's your birthday? What's your birthday?
I am 9/22/69.
Okay. And you're in a relationship. What's their birthday?
I'm not. And,
okay.
She's not in a relationship. Okay.
I thought you said you had a relationship. Okay. So basically, and you're very strong. You don't like to be told what to do, how to do it, where to do it, when to do it, right?
Yeah, I work for myself, and I want to change what I'm doing. But I'm always better off kind of running my own business.
You really definitely should be running your own business because you're a very strong personality. I think what this year, this is kind of like balance, and I think you've been through a few chapters in the Book of Life. I like to look at life like with chapters, and I think the thing that I teach the most is let's review the chapters. What was I supposed to learn from that experience, people, places, and things? And I also work with, if you want to be in a different kind of relationship, let's get it on paper what your boundaries are, because you had to learn.
Yeah, I've done that. Yeah, I have written down what I'm looking for, and definitely my past is over with the type that I was in before. I was a fixer-upper in the past, and I'm done with that for sure.
Well, fixer-uppers would work out to be victims.
Yeah, for sure.
9 out of 10.
Oh, yeah, I'm done. I'm done with that. I'm done.
What's your name, hon?
Anne.
Anne.
Anne. I'm sorry, I forgot. I didn't write it down. What do I want to talk to you about? Let me just interject here, Joanne. Something about a sister. Do you have a mother sister that has passed, or a mom that's passed with a sister, or two women together like sisters?
Oh, yeah, the two women. Oh, yeah, that's funny. So it's a mother and an aunt, and they're not related, but they are sisters. Like in their hearts, they're BFF, best friends, sisters.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm getting, what was the name of that movie? Was it the Yaya Club?
Thelma and Louise?
No, it was something about a women's tribe. I think it was called the Yaya Club or something.
Oh, yeah. I know exactly.
Yeah. And they kind of dress up and they're like a gang, you know. And that's the feeling I get with these two. Like they're like a dynamic duo. They could be Thelma and Louise. I have that kind of girl gangster kind of feeling with these two.
That's hilarious.
Does that make sense to you? And they're thanking you. They're thanking me for bringing them up, and they're thanking you for asking about them. And they're saying, you know, you're one of a tribe, right, Joanne? She's like a part of a tribe here, but she's a loner. She's a loner tribe. When she's done being alone, she will go out and seek her tribe. So I feel that you have support. You're very good at what you do. You're super duper, is what I get from the other side. Joanne, this gal has tremendous potential. Oh
my God, yeah, absolutely. But October, November, and December, I really, truly feel like it's like rocket fuel for you, hon.
Okay, good. Fabulous, Anne. You're the bomb.
One of the aunt is it's her anniversary of her passing, so I've been thinking about her a lot.
Aww.
You know, I don't remember the exact day, but it was this week sometime. But yeah, so I've been thinking, and it's her birthday. She's a Taurus as well, so she's been on my mind a lot, and she's a real character.
Well, they are around you, and they give you a lot of support. And that's what, when you say character, that's what I'm talking about. I forget who was in that film, the Yaya Sisterhood or something. Quite different. I remember the trailer for it was something they were wearing like hats or costumes or something kind of outrageous, and that's the feeling I get with this lady. And she's remarkably industrious in her own way and quite creative, so I think that you take after her. So she wants to say thank you for remembering me. So she says, my producer Tiffany is saying, oh, wow, time running down. So she's letting me know that I'm almost out of time. Thank you for calling in, Ann. That was interesting for me to visit with your aunt. Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the show.
Have a good night. I don't know if we have time for this one, Joanne, but we're going to squeeze it in. Area code 302. Thank you for waiting.
Yes,
hello? Hi, you there? Hi.
Yes, I'm here. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you taking my call.
What's your name and your date of birth?
It's Susan, and it's 3/12/60. I was just
Joanne,
wondering
let it rip.
I didn't know if you could do any. Do you do any mediumship as far as, from the people from the other side?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, I do. Did you want to speak about your mother? Something related to your mother?
Yes.
Is your mother in spirit?
Yes.
Okay. She goes, no, I'm not in spirit all the time. I'm here right next to you. And she wants to let you know. I feel like I'm guiding you, and she's got you. She's walking alongside you, but she takes your elbow. So I don't know if you helped her walk, if she needed assistance. Yeah. Okay, so she's doing that for you now. She says, you did it for me, and it's sort of like ping pong. I did it for you when you were little. You did it for me when I was older. Now I'm back helping you again. That's how it works. So she wants to say thank you for thinking of her. I also want to let you know that you're not alone. I also feel like I wanted to say the scarlet, but the color is more like a maroon. Was there a nice red or a maroon color that she preferred, or something about that color? Because she kind of swirls that color around her.
Well, she just passed on March 30th, and she
Yeah.
had a red blanket on her that I'd given her.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm swirling that around. That feeling. I don't feel like a vibrant red, but a red or a maroonish color, kind of color.
Right.
And it's very comforting. And she takes that and wraps it around you as well, because you need what you gave. So her message to you is, the comfort that you gave me, thank you, God bless you, you need it too. So I'm here in your corner for you. I want to let you know that. Is that helpful to you, dear?
Yeah, I'm trying to look for signs for her. We asked her before she passed so many times.
And she's dropping. Do you recognize pennies being dropped? And
my sister's been looking for dimes because she asked my mom to leave dimes, and we have not seen any dimes.
I'm seeing pennies. And I also feel that you'll see a lone bird. And I'm just stopping by. Just want to let you know I'm stopping by.
I see a robin.
Okay. Good.
And
by itself.
My mom, we have reached out for her so much. It's like my sister and I are really, really struggling losing her. And we're
she
just,
says,
we
you got to
keep
give me
reaching
time
out to her.
Breathe. She says, give me time to breathe. I got things to do over here, hon. She's got her life she's reviewing. She's got things to do. She's reunited with family. I slid over there like I was on ice. It went so quick, I crossed over to the other side. So I'm going to leave you with that because my producer's cutting me off. But you are welcome, dear, and good luck to you.
Oh, thank you. God bless.
Thank you for calling in.
All
Joanne,
right.
thank you so much for being with us. The psychic Joanne Leo, the soul reader, will be in Sarasota May 14th. If you would like to learn more about her workshop, please feel free to call either Joanne or myself. Her website is psychicjoanneleo.com. Joanne is 2 N's and an E. We are at the 1 minute mark, so I just want to thank everyone for putting up with our little phone delay. I apologize. Every week I try to behave myself and do something to give a nice welcome and a nice opening, and somehow I mess it up. So I apologize for that. Live is a new experience for me, and thank God for my producer, Tiffany, Michelle White, who is fabulous, and Joanne knows her as well. I want to thank all of you for listening tonight. Until next time, don't forget to look up Psychic Joanne Leo. You will be absolutely amazed. Joanne, thanks for being with us. Thanks, everybody. Good night.
Night.
Good night.